All right, Texas fans, look, guess what? Your boy Blastoff, we back. We back again, man. I tried to do a stream pregame for the Buffalo Bills game. I tried to do a stream pregame, man. You see me represent H-Town. It's in lieu of the victory that we had, guys. What a victory. What a victory. I'm in full gear. H-Town representing, man. Got you see me? Uh, you see me swagged out? Yes, sir. Mr. Blastoff, Darryl Blastoff. I am your host, man. Um, and I welcome you again for those that are tapping in with me and rocking with me to the Real Texans Talk, man. I really appreciate it. And you know, thank you guys for joining in and rocking with your boy yet again. It's been a crazy week. It was a good game. I was at the game, and again, I tried to set my stream up to do a like a little preview this past Saturday night, Sunday. But man, I've been so busy and trying to get things together here around the house and working and whatnot, and I couldn't get it all rolling. So I say, well, you know what? I'll just do something after the game. And today I'm getting my chance to do that. But it was a great game, man. We beat the Bills. CJ has checked off another top quarterback off his list. He's gotten Burrow. He's gotten Kyler. He's gotten Josh. He's been knocking them down. Pause. But he's been knocking them down, guys, and it was just a great game. It was a competition of a lot of back and forth. Looked like we were going to run away with it there towards early second half. First half looked like we were going to run away with the thing, but then things got a little crazy. We ended up not being able to maintain distance. They were able to come back due to some mistakes on the team, some fallacies by the coaching staff. A lot of people were pissed off at Slew for the play calling. They say that Slew is guaranteed to run that ball on first down. They saying Slew was guaranteed to run that ball on first down, but me per se, man, I said this the other day. People forget they want to fire Slew basically, and to me, people forget how how far we've come from. How far we've come from, where we've come from, the things that we've been through, the past tense, and they seem to think that once we get what we've been asking for, now that ain't good enough. Then the ball moves again. So now a offensive coordinator, they got us at 4-1. You know what I'm saying? He has us at 4-1. Now he's playing us too slow. Guys, don't forget, Bobby Slowick is still new to his role, and he's great at what he's doing. We got to allow these guys a chance to grow. We're doing something that typically doesn't happen. We don't typically have. It's not common that teams get their quarterback right off the bat. Seemingly, we got our head coach right off the bat. Seemingly, our general manager, just like Nick Caserio. I can go back to that. Trying to touch on what I'm touching on, making a point here. People forget that when Nick Caserio came, before he came, first of all, that year we lost to the Chiefs in the playoffs, we were going to get Nick. And everybody was on board to go and get Nick. This was before the team got all broken apart. We were on board to go get Nick. Everybody, don't forget, we was on board to go get Nick. Everybody. But we got hit with tampering charges when they found out that Jack Easterby was up at the party, the celebration party, and they was sitting in a little corner chatting it up, and hey, come down to Houston. Sure. And so the Patriots intervened and were like, you ain't taking our guy. We're going to foul on you. And the Texans backed off. But now, when we got Nick, it seems that Deshaun was unhappy and he wanted off as soon as they made the pick because he felt like he was promised, according to the rumors, that he was going to have a hand in that. And so he was upset when we grabbed old Nick. And I, for one, was more or less, I was on board. I was on board because I believed in what Nick did. I believed that he was the interim GM over there in New England, and he had 19 years of experience before he came over. That means he had 19 years to make his own identity, form his opinions. And just because the Patriots were ran that way at the time, and just because the Texans were known as the little brothers wannabe Patriots of the South with the color schemes and whatever, and always bringing in Patriots, personnel, former Patriots personnel, Bill O'Brien's of the world, and Josh McDaniel was rumored to come down here, and Brian Hoyers, and just the system itself. We were operating off of that after Gary Kubiak moved away. We started trying to, emulate the Patriots. I mean, you can't blame them. The Patriots were the ultimate example of success, sustained success, and so we can't be upset with that part of it. But what it is more or less that we had to form our own identity. And when we grabbed Nick, people were like, oh boy, here we go with Nick, and this another Patriots cloning again, and yada yada yada. But that just Nick has came in and set a tone and turned his team around in 2 to 3 seasons. He played chess while everybody else was playing checkers. And so we had the Davy Culley year and the Romeo Crennel year and the Lovie Smith year. Those were just bridges to build what was coming ahead. I for one never felt like David Culley ever had a chance to be long term, or Lovie Smith had a chance to be long term. I for one felt as though that it was just buying us time to get us in a position to be able to build right off the bat. Because let's be honest, no top coach wanted to come here. It was a mess. The owners were getting flack for all kind of mess and saying they weren't competent and bigots and all this other kind of mess that's been proven to be untrue as we sit here now. We got to sit here and think about giving these guys some grace and being thankful for where we're at. We just came out of a dumpster fire of a situation not too long ago. How quickly we forget how bad we were, the drama we were going through, the quarterbacks we were going through, to try to be competitive when we didn't have anything. Deshaun wanted to leave, and Tom Savage was here, and Davis Mills was here, and they were all trying to make things. Brian Hoyer was here. They were trying to make things happen in spite of what we were going through. And we turned this thing around quickly because we got the hire right. It starts at the top. Let's not let this be Let's not let this be lost on everybody that it's because of their decision to go ahead and forego what everybody else was advising them to do, because it's rumored to be a round table of top NFL former coaches and executives to sit around and try to advise Cal on what he should do. But Cal went on ahead and made the decision. Let's go get Nick. And hey, let's get that guy his props, man. He made an executive decision, and it turned out to be the right one. It turned out to be the right decision. So if we're sitting here and we thinking about what Nick has done, man, we got to clap and be thankful, man. This guy has turned this roster around within 3 years. We had C.J. Stroud, and that was the right pick. So we back. We back, baby. So let's not fret that. Let's get these guys some room. And I really say let's get these guys some room, because if Bobby Slowick's starting slow, he got us at 4-1, guys. He has us at 4-1. What do we have to complain about? We're at 4-1. We could be, 0-4, 0-5. We're 4-1. Let's be thankful. That's good to have that. And I'm sure we've all heard these through the sports radio 610s and the podcast talks and such of people saying this same thing. And you got cause to worry. Yes, that is worrisome, the slow starts, but it's better to fix it in the situation that we are in and learn on the upper side. We still up. Ain't like we trying to climb out of a hole. We at the second best start that we've had in the history of Texas. The best start we've had was 5-0 under Gary Kubiak. So let's be thankful. Let's not get over our heads and feel so entitled to where now any little thing we winning and we're not winning, blowing teams out, and it's not big. And people know who CJ is now. They're planning for him. They're planning for these receivers. They're planning for the team itself as a whole. Tank Dell. They're planning for these guys now. It's not a surprise anymore. And we're still up 4-1. That ought to speak volumes on the quarterback that we have and the coaching scheme that we do have. That ought to speak volumes on that. So let's not get ourselves ahead of ourselves and feel entitled and feel like, oh, he's starting out. He's first and run on first down, Bobby. Come on, man. If you really want to think about it, and I hate to say it because I may be spilling the secrets, but why show your best stuff early in the season when we got a gauntlet of a schedule coming up here, man? We got the close to the games, 14, 15, 16. You know, those games are some gauntlets, man. You know, the Dolphins, and so they're not doing exactly well right now. But as of the beginning of the season, we were all like, "Oh boy, we got to go see Tyreek and Tua and Waddle and all of those guys, man. Those guys, and they still may get back on that track. I expect them to get on their footing. It's not going to be an easy game, bro. We got a gauntlet. Tua may be back by then. I'm sure he will. It's towards the end of the season in December. Then guess what? After you see Tua, you got to go to KC. That's not going to be easy. That is not going to be easy. So why show our hand to these coaches like they plan? I think, hey, if I'm like anything like, Nick Caserio, if the team is taking on his identity and coach's identity and Nick has had a chance to talk to these guys, don't show your hand early. We got enough talent to win and do this. They may have a fourth quarter playbook. Fourth quarter of the season playbook. They may have a fourth quarter of the season playbook where they can still win here and mix in some of what they plan on doing. And I think, if you want to be honest, I think we saw a little bit of that the first half against the Bills. We can dominate teams. We saw what they can do defensively against the top quarterbacks, man. Josh Allen had his worst completion percentage in game since he started in the league. That guy had his worst start since he started in the league, man. Josh went 9 for 30. 9 for 30 from Josh Allen. You know how hard that is? To put a quarterback of that caliber under that much stress and have that kind of sloppy game from a quarterback like that. 9 for 30 for 131 yards. He was flustered the whole day. He didn't have his way. That guy had one touchdown. Baby, we basically gave him that TD, So I mean, we gotta sit back and think about this, guys. We don't want to pull all of our tricks out the bag and show them all of our hand. Listen, guys, I'm telling you how this is gonna play out. And listen to me well. We gonna be there in the end. We got a storyline just like a movie, straight out of a movie style drama going on right now. Oh, they starting slow. Yeah, they winning games, but they not winning them convincingly. And they got thumped by Minnesota, and they went toe to toe with the lowly Jags. With a rookie Caleb Williams and the Bears, they struggled to put them away dominantly. And we're using those as our narratives, but that's a narrative for a great story. And I believe, me personally, we all got to believe, guys. We all got to start believing. Let's stop being skeptical, Texans fans, Houston fans. We ain't won shit. We ain't never won nothing. Furthest we ever got as a city is the AFC Championship, and it wasn't the Texans that got there. So let's be realistic and think about, temper our expectations. Not to lose, but to let this team go through what they're going through without trying to run them off by the fans. Oh man, we need to fire Bobby and come on, bro. We 4-1, man. Talk to me. We drop 4-5 games in a row, 6 games in a row. We lose the division. Talk to me then. Ain't no way I'm finna say let this guy go. That's crazy talk. He's a young rookie. He's a young OC rookie. He's a young OC, man, up and coming. Everybody was begging him to stay last year. Everybody was like, stay, don't leave, Bobby. Finish what you started. He trying to finish what he started, but then, you got to hear, and I'm pretty sure he probably ignores all of this, but I mean, he hears some of these things, and he's only human. It has to have some kind of effect where people will say, look, man, these guys are ungrateful. Let the man do what he does, man. Let's see how we turn out. Let's just let the movie play out, then complain. You got the right to complain after week 17. After week 17 and we at home and we ain't even make it to the playoffs and stuff, then you can start to hear people's voices. What a game, though. Kaimi, man, named again twice this season, AFC Player of the Month. Kaimi Fairbairn, y'all. AFC Player of the Month. Special Teams Player, I'm sorry. AFC Special Teams Player of the Month. I believe Josh Allen was the AFC Player of the Month, if I wasn't mistaken. And he came in here and got shut down. Josh Allen came in here and got shut the F down. Look pedestrian, man. And the dude that came in here, he came in here throwing for 814 yards, had 106 rushing yards, and had 9 touchdowns. And his passer rating was 116 before he got here. He had a abysmal passer rating when he left out of here, man. He was beat down. There was one point where it got real scary. He was laid out. The Texans defense, man, oh man, they've been showing up as far as and they're first. Texans defense is first in the league, man, when it comes to quarterback holding opposing quarterbacks ratings down. When they're going against the quarterbacks in the NFL right now, Texas are first, and the defense is. They're shutting them down, man. It's one thing to play defense, good solid defense and this and that, but to be first when you're facing these quarterbacks. And I'm going to have to touch on because we got the New England Patriots who decided to start Drake May now, a rookie. And we're not going to sleep on Drake. CJ gave him some crazy props not too long ago. Some crazy props. And we'll get into that here as the show progresses. But yeah, man, let's first of all, before we get to going into all this, guys, come on. Let's temper our expectations. Let's temper our expectations of what to expect, from the team, man. Let them grow. Get these staff, get these players. People were giving up on Nico first 2-3 years, and he didn't have a quarterback. Now look at him. Up until his injury, he just got injured, man. We're gonna get into that. But they were ready to write him off like, Nico he ain't showing nothing. I've heard people radio hosts and whatever. I don't remember. I don't forget nothing. They were like, we ain't got nothing yet. We ain't got nothing in Nico. We got to find a receiver. And that dude is showing that he's elite. He's elite. But you got to let these guys grow. You got to give them a chance, man, to develop. The NFL, you don't come out of college. It's hard to come out of college and do what C.J. Stroud's doing. That's not common, out the gate. It's not common to do things. You got to let these guys, if that was the case, people would have wrote off Peyton Manning because he had a horrible first year. I think he led the league in interceptions his first year. I don't know the exact amount, but I just remember knowing that he had more interceptions than he had touchdowns. So let's temper our expectations, guys, and let these guys grow. Let Kenyon Green grow. He hadn't played a full season. This is his first time playing a full season. Let him grow. He showed some promise first week. Let him grow. He'll get it back. Kenyon Green will get it back. But yeah, the Buffalo game, man, it was too close for comfort, man. Stephon Diggs, Nico Collins was finna go off again, man. That dude had 78 yards in the first quarter. Had a touchdown, 67-yard bomb from CJ. And, he was well on his way, but on that play, he got hurt. And so he had hurt his hamstring. He immediately pulled himself out. And, Stephon Diggs had to take over his former team. It was supposed to be drama there, thinking that there were going to be some kind of, disrespect and some bad ill will and ill feelings between Buffalo Bills and Stephon. But if you catch any footage after the game, man, those players were dapping him up and hugging him up. Now, I know everybody's seen the viral clip of the way he was cutting his eyes at Josh after they shook hands, but who knows what that means? That may not mean nothing. They caught the guy looking at him, Diggs be digging, y'all. We ain't gonna get into that, but lately Diggs been digging. But anyway, Texans that game had 325 total yards. The Bills had 289. Well, passing yards. I'm sorry, 325 passing yards, and the Bills had, Bills had 131 from, from Josh Allen. We go into all these weapons we got on defense, and they were able to shut this guy down. And thanks to players that have been emerging, man. Thanks to Fatukasi. We want to thank Fatukasi, man. Fatukasi been clowning. Holy Fatukasi, man. He's bleeding. He got 15 tackles on the season, and he had a sack on Richards. But he's been showing up in the game, making big plays. He had that stop on Trevor Lawrence last week when Trevor was about to scramble in at the goal line, and that was Fatukasi that blew him up. And Al-Shair, he played a good game, man. He's been valuable, man. These guys, his experience. He almost had an interception. Josh was throwing down the middle. And I think that was either Keon Coleman or I don't remember who exactly it was, but Shair had a crazy game, man, where his experience showed, man, and he had he's never had more than 2 sacks in a season, man, dating back to his 49er years, and he currently has 1 right now, so maybe he may get another one. He may get another one soon, but hopefully he can get over that 2 because 2 is his magic number. He's never had more than 2 in a season, but hopefully he can get over that. Kaimi, let's give him his flowers, man. He won that game, 59-yarder. I was at the game, man. I got a couple of footages that I want to show y'all before we continue on with the discussion, and let y'all see y'all let me know what you think about this, because I did have something, a couple of my shots when I was in my seat, man. And here I think this is the clip I got of when the the Bills had, I think they were up 3. We stopped them and they were up 3 at the time. And this was our first score, I believe, here when we were able to get Cam Akers in the end zone. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, and yeah, that was a good one, man. It was good. You see that? Yeah, that's me with my Cam. Yeah, and it was going crazy in there. And them uniforms, man. I agree. Coach Nico said earlier that we need to. Coach Nico said earlier, man, that we need to, keep those as the main units. And guess what? I agree. I agree, man. I definitely agree. Those colors were slick. That blue, hey, it's beautiful. It's beautiful. Them helmets were shiny. Like when they were showing them previously, I don't remember seeing that gloss. I was like, yeah, they cool, they cool. But that gloss, and then CJ had the buckles on his mouthpiece with the chain on, and the neck, the high neck shirt looking like a Reverend. I was calling him Reverend Stroud. The boy, the truth, man. He made a throw where a unblocked defensive tackle was crashing on him, and he managed to evade one defender coming on about to make the sack, stepped towards the defensive tackle, and got that pass off and completed it to Diggs. And I'll pull that footage up here too before it's too long, man. But they still, the second half, they were still playing undisciplined. They was playing some undisciplined ball. We can't lie about that. Their second half, they was playing some. They had five penalties, and they let the Bills get back into the game. We got to get more weapons involved in these matches, man. And this is time because unfortunately today, I don't know if you guys have heard, but Nico Collins, he's on IR. I'm pretty sure we've all heard. I know those that are tapped in with the team, man. Nico Collins on IR for at least the next 4 weeks. With the hamstring is more severe. First, it started out like, hey, it was short term. He could be back for the Patriots. Then it was day to day and week to week, and now they just went on ahead and it's okay. We're in a great situation. We could be in a worse situation. We had 3 weapons that are considered number ones on most teams in Tank Dell, Stephon Diggs, and Nico Collins. So we were spoiled anyway. And I believe, hey, we got a guy that can take over a game, and, well, hell, 2 guys. We know Tank can take over a game. We've seen him. We're going to need that magic back. We're going to need these guys to start back. Stop trying to use Tank I've been hearing this a lot, and it's true. Stop using Tank as an end-around guy, a gadget player, screen guy. Man, get Tank plays like a wide receiver. Let Tank play. Tank like an Antonio Brown type. Tank can do anything, man. He's not, don't use him as a gadget player. But hey, again, going back to what I said earlier, maybe Bobby just saving the best for later on, because that's what we're gonna need to do too now. But now we kind of got to go in our bag with, and it's good because we'll make the game look different, because it's not gonna be this way when Nico comes back. But we got 2 guys competent enough to take over a game, and that's what I feel good about. I actually don't feel bad at all about that. I actually feel real good about our chances. Our team. I don't feel any lull in production. I think that we still can do the same things, but now I think teams will stop going so much. Every team was playing dominantly two high safeties against us to try to stop what happened on this past Sunday when CJ hit Nico with that 67-yard bomb. And up until that point, man, Nico was tearing the I'm sorry, guy, I'm putting my footage back up there. Nico was tearing the league up, man. Nico was tearing the league up, man. That guy was he leading the league. 500 and at the time, what he had, I got it wrote down here. Nico had 567 yards at the time, but before he went out, Nico had 567 yards, and the next closest one was Jamar Chase had caught up in that big game they just lost. They had a game they just played. I believe it was against the Ravens. and they just lost. But yeah, Nico, man, was tearing it up. So shout out to him. Get well soon, bro. We need you to get yourself right. I do believe that coach believes in setting these guys up for rest. Because coach, that's the good thing about having us a coach that's young, coach, played at a high level. He knows what it's like. He knows specifically what it's like. He knows, how it feels to be injured and what rest you need to really fully get yourself healthy. It's not like a coach that's been out of touch, a coach that ain't never played, coach that came from the college level coaching to down here. He really knows what it takes. So he's going to let Nico get his rest up, man. Get his, put him on let him get his 4 weeks. We'll be all right. We got our next 4 games are not that bad. We definitely can manage with these next 4 games. We got who we got coming up? We got the Patriots coming up. And after the Patriots, we play the Packers. That's going to be a tough game. We got to go to Lambeau, and Jordan Love had been balling. He got hurt week 1, but he came back, and they've been doing okay. Jordan Love. After that, we have the Jets. The Jets, yes. So we had the Jets after Jordan Love. And then after the Jets. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. We got the Pats, which should be easy, man. Those guys, we got a rookie quarterback, but don't sleep on Drake May. And I'm going to get more into him in a minute. But we got the Pats. Then we're going to have the Packers. And then we're going to have the Colts here. We just went out there and beat them. So they got to come here. Anthony, but the thing is, they got the old ghost of old Joe Flacco out there. Old Joe Flacco is out there. And we got to deal with old Flacco, man. So then Joe he's been doing his thing. He still got it. Joe still got it. He probably want revenge for what we did to him in the playoffs. But the good thing is, like I say, he coming back here again. Let's put him down again, guys. Let's put Joe back down again. And after that, then we got the Jets. Aaron Rodgers is currently hurt right now. They just fired Robert Saleh today. I don't know if y'all heard. Jets did fire their head coach. So they kind of trying to find their footage. But the only thing that I don't like is that it's like 4 games out from now. So they could find themselves, getting their footing by that time. And we'll see what they got going on. But right now they're in a disgruntled situation. But they got Aaron Rodgers, and I believe he will be healthy for that game. We didn't play him last year. We were supposed to play him, but he had hurt himself. Went on, I think he tore his Achilles last year in the first game or something like that of last year. And then we're going to need Nico back. We got to have him back. After the Jets game, we got them Lions rolling into town. And that's going to be a big game. And I'm going to tell y'all something. Them Detroit people, man, they show up. They broke the record. Wasn't it in Detroit this year? They broke the record for attendees at the draft, if I'm not mistaken, this year. And they show out, man. Them Detroit Lions fans are going to come in here. They're going to be loud. It's going to be deep. It's going to be a lot of that all blue, man, that night. So we're going to have to represent fans, get in the stands early, get there, get loud. We ran them Bills fans up out of there. I actually got a clip, man. They was clowning them Bills fans, y'all. They was clowning them Bills fans out there. Here go. I got a little clip, man. They ran the dude, one of them dudes off the scene, man. Out there, man. Dude was out there in Buffalo, and a Buffalo fan came out on the field and what's his name? That used to play for us. He's now the announcer. He used to play for the Jags. Cecil Shorts. Cecil Shorts took the guy and took his hat off and he called him down to the field. I guess they made it look like he was going to win something. And that dude didn't win nothing. They told him get out of here, and took his hat off and flung it flung it across the field. It was funny, man. It was good vibes, man. They be partying now. The vibes in the stadium are just great. It's parties all the time now. I'm trying to see. I got some clips. I want to show y'all some of this stuff I got here, man. Let me see if I can give you some of it. I had loaded up a couple of my footages from maybe this one here. I think this one here is one. Yeah. Let me see if I can get it to show. Let me see. You know what? I tell you what, I think I know what to do. Give me a second, guys, while I get this here for you. Yeah, we're gonna take that off, and then we're gonna add what is it? Media source. Okay. Okay. And then here we go. I think this is the one that I want to show y'all. I think maybe I can get this one to show. You know these things, man. They work when they want to work. You either gonna get it or you ain't. It ain't no in between, man. So y'all just excuse me. This is one of my first weeks of streams, but we getting this thing rolling. Anyway, guys, back to what I was saying, man. While I try to get this footage up for y'all, because I really want y'all to see some of this stuff. I had some good clips here. Yeah. So look, here's one. So I can get some of them to show. So some of them showing. Like I got to rotate. I can't rotate it. Can y'all see that? Look, man. Can y'all see that? That came in a little whack. I thought I had it where y'all can see that. It wasn't rotated for y'all. But anyway, yeah, man. We have been doing it big, man, and you know. We got some injuries that we got coming up here. Kamari Lassiter, we just heard that he was injured today. I just got that. I'm like, oh, what the hell? Kamari Lassiter. Laramie Tunsil still got a knee problem. He's questionable. You know, I think they bringing in Holden. I think he already played for us at one point in time. So we should be okay because Kamari's been pretty clutch, man. He's had his rookie moments. And you know one thing that I hate to see, and I don't know if y'all been paying attention. I don't know if y'all been paying attention to this, but it seemed like every game, and when we get down to these top quarterbacks, man, we can't have these lapses. But it seems like every game, somebody, either Lassiter or Bullock or somebody's blowing coverage and somebody gets behind us. Miller got missed on a throw in the Vikings game. Anthony Richardson hit one. Maybe two of them during that game the first week. I know Neller, the wide receiver for the Vikings, he got behind us in the Vikings game, but dropped the pass. Excuse me, yeah. And with the Bears, I think I don't remember too much of Caleb. I think they had a shot or two, but we've been so lucky on these deep passes, on these deep balls. Pause. We've been lucky. Man, where you know, they've been dropping them. This last game, that game would have been a lot closer had Josh Allen completed that. It was a deep pass. I don't remember the wide receiver. I don't know if it was Keon or someone else, but they had beat coverage, man, and was wide open. And all you could say is, oh, man, my goodness. Oh, man. Look at this. Oh, man, look at this. That's all you can say. Man. And the dude dropped it. By the grace of God, he dropped it. And it seems like every game, man, we giving up a play over the top. But they playing man. And we specifically playing in man because D'Amico knows that his cornerbacks and his DBs and his pass rush, he trusts in his pass rush and he trusts in his DBs to be able to cover you know, for that long because they're not gonna hold the ball on. But that is the truth. That's why our defense is number one in allowing forcing quarterbacks to have low passer ratings and whatnot. We putting the pressure. We making quarterbacks play bad against us. Because they don't have the time and they are training themselves. Hey, Will Anderson on this side and Danielle Hunter on this side. So we got to get this ball out. And we got guys like Fada Kasi that's coming through there. And Jerry Hughes and whoever else. I think Jerry was hurt this last game. But we got them guys coming in, man, and they making plays. So them guys are really, really trying to get those balls off. Pause. Oh. Nah, man, but so I'm not too worried about that, man, about this next 4-game run. I think we can manage it. We can go 3-1 and be all right. That'll put us at 7 and 7-2. That'll be great. I think we should dominate this next week. But CJ did say something about CJ did speak on he spoke on Drake May because Drake was balling in college, man. Drake came out of Kentucky and I'm sorry, guys, North Carolina. He came out of North Carolina and he came out with 4,300 passing yards. That's for the career. 38 TDs, 698 rushing yards, 7 rushing touchdowns, 3,422 completions on 5,100 attempts. That's not bad, dude. He led the team to appearances in the 2022 ACC Championship game and Holiday Bowl and was named the ACC Player of the Year. CJ gave him high praise and said that he was the top quarterback coming out of the league. He was drafted number 3 overall by the Patriots this year, and had a clip of CJ speaking on that if I can get to it. It's not going to be easy, but he's a rookie. It's not going to be easy, but again, guys, he's a rookie. So we don't have to worry about any of that because, like I say, the guy is a rookie, man. The guy is a rookie. Let me know if you can still hear me. I guess I had a little. One second. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, sorry about that. I had a little technical difficulty, but anyway, guys. So yeah, Drake May, don't sleep on it, man. We don't want to give him one of them breakout games, and the Patriots will be prepared. Gerard Mayo is doing a wonderful job over there, coaching those guys. They're allowing New England they got a 1-4 record, but they only allowed 2,700 yards so far, and they got 6 sacks this year. They had a challenging start to this season, but that's why they got Drake May coming out there now. This is a blessing in disguise for us, man. I think we should go out there and handle business, but don't get it lost that we haven't ever won in New England. We have never won in New England. We have never pulled out a victory in Foxborough. Don't let this be like the Vikings game where we never even beat the Vikings, period. Oh, we don't want this to be like the Vikings game. Let's break history. Come on, guys. This is easy. This ain't hard here, man. Let's go beat this rookie guy. Come home 5-1. Going into the Packers game because if any game out of the Patriots game, the Packers, and then we have the Colts, I believe. Yeah, the Patriots, Packers, and Colts. I say we should come out of that 6 and maybe 2. If we come out 6-2, we lost to the Packers. Maybe that'd be the one I can see pulling one out of us. If that, I'm not fearful of them, but hey, we're going into that territory, and Jordan Love is balling, man. He's a baller, man. And Jacksonville and LaFleur and them, and those guys are gonna be ready to do it, man. Then we going into the Jets, so we need to be taking advantage of these good matchups while Nico's out. We got the advantage Texans in these next few matchups. The Packers not gonna be as much of an advantage, but the definitely this rookie quarterback, and from the Patriots and the coach coming in town, and hopefully Joe Flacco ain't hitting his stride again, because Joe will go hot. He'll go hot. He'll lead them he can lead you to the playoffs, man. He did it for the Browns. Man, and we end up coming back on them. But we're gonna be able to go out there. I think we're gonna make that young boy look like a rookie, man, and punish him. I think the sacks I think they and the Patriots O-line is not good right now. Patriots O-line is not good right now. So I think that Will Anderson and Danielle Hunter, I think they should be able to eat. I think they should be able to eat this game. Should be some turnovers coming in. I think Stingley gonna get him another one. Tank Dell. Tank has been quiet this season. We all know Tank Dell, man, as a top dog before this season, and he got injured and whatnot. He just came back this last game, but he was injured for the Vikings game, I believe. Or no, yeah, he was injured for the Jaguars game. Yeah, he didn't play in the Jags game. He played this game. He didn't play in the Jaguars game. He was injured in the Vikings game. But Tank this season, he was 4 for 38 against the Bills. He was 5 for 62 against the Vikes. He was warming up in that game. He was 1 for -3 versus Chicago and 3 for 40 versus 3. That means 3 catches for 40 yards versus Indianapolis. And Tank, we know Tank big boy numbers, man. So I think this is going to be a Tank's breakout game. I do expect him to be able to beat the coverages and because the only corner they got that's of something is Christian Gonzalez. So, and I think Christian Gonzalez is going to be on Stephon Diggs, man. I think he's going to have to hold Stephon Diggs, and Diggs is going to eat too. We gonna have to play some. Just don't go out there committing 10 penalties and this and that, and we should be fine. If we don't go out there false starting on Laramie, and hey, Laramie didn't have a false start last. Laramie didn't have a false start last game, man. I don't even know if Laramie had a penalty, period. But he damn sure didn't have no false starts, man. Other guys did. We had 5 in the second half. We didn't have any in the first half. And we've seen how we can be, how dominant we can be when we play clean football on all phases. And just bravo to Laramie for maintaining his composure, man, this last game. Because, that boy there was he was something else. CJ did his thing, man. 331 versus the Bills, 1 TD, 1 interception. Those two, and you know something, man, that tripped me out. That tripped me out. I know you probably talked about this if y'all, been tapped in to what's been going on around the team locally here this past week. We had that game before Kaimi had to kick that field goal that he kicked. Y'all know we had that game. I think what it was what was it, 3rd and 5 or 4th? It was, no, excuse me. Yeah, it was 3rd and 5. It was 3rd and 5. I think we were like on a 43 or 44 or whatever, within Kaimi's range. And some of y'all know what I'm about to say. But why did Coach decide to throw the ball and then CJ caught that intentional grounding, which backed him up all the way out of field goal range? Because you had 3 timeouts. I don't believe the Bills had any timeouts anymore, so it wouldn't have mattered. You ran the ball, they can't stop the clock. You could have called if you would have got a first down, oh well, good. If you didn't, hey, you could have, ran and maybe got 2 or 3 yards and bit yourself even more closer. So I didn't understand that decision. But, it worked out because the defense had their back. The defense had their back. CJ had an uncharacteristic interception. And actually, I bet you he want that throw back. That guy was open if he would have put it on the money. That guy was open if he had to put it on the money, man. See what somebody saying. Somebody want to disturb old Blastoff during this time, man. Somebody want to disturb. Okay. Somebody trying to sell me something. Look, so again, man, I was saying earlier that we shouldn't be upset with Bobby right now. I know he ain't playing game planning the way we want to play, but I think that it's a chess thing for them. We got Andy Reid, bro. Andy Reid is a brainiac coming up down the line. We don't want to put too much on tape that he's going to already know and plan for. Y'all got to think about this. Let's try to win. We had so much talent that we were winning without putting our best foot forward. Do y'all realize that? We were leading the league in penalties. I don't know as of this last game, but going into this last game versus the Bills, we were leading the league in penalties. And now, I don't know. We still were able to go 4-1. Let's not let that be lost on you. We won. Yeah, we had them close games. Yeah, this and that. Yeah, we want to dominate and this and that. But if we put our best cards on the table, like I'm going to tell y'all something about Minnesota. Minnesota is still undefeated right now. Minnesota and KC. Patrick playing ugly right now. Patrick Mahomes, 6 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. His passer rating like in the 56, if I'm not mistaken, passer rating around 56%. Rating 56.8 or something like that. But the Vikings, I think they almost got exposed this last time by the Jets. I think they almost got exposed. The Jets almost came back. But the Vikings, man, they've been giving their best stuff on tape, and they almost lost this last game. They have been putting their best stuff on tape with that defense that Brian Flores is running at zero, that cover zero. Brian Flores running that cover zero. The Vikings were 23-17. They won 23-17 over the Jets. And yeah, they played in London. And it took for Stephon Gilmore to make an interception on Aaron Rodgers with 45 seconds left to seal that win. They like I say, the Vikings are 5-0 right now. The Kansas City is 5-0 right now. But I don't think that the Vikings is going to be able to sustain that because they just put some stuff on tape that is going to be, giving everybody some kind of answers to that defense because that defense, man, just been brutal, bro. And now we feel better about that Vikings loss because they have been running through everybody. Vikings have been running through everybody, man. Vikings, let me see. Who all the Vikings? I know they beat us for sure. We know they beat us. Let's see. The Vikings, they've played the Giants. They beat the 49ers. They beat us, of course. They beat the Packers, and they beat and the Packers were kind of close that game. They were in that game till they wasn't. I think the biggest surprise for me this season has been Miami, man. I wouldn't have expected them to be struggling where they are right now. I think the Dolphins are 2-2. But you know what, though? I take that back because their best asset is hurt is sitting out. Tua, he's hurt, man, and they 1-3 so far. They snapped their streak against the New England Patriots. The team they beat the New England Patriots. I think the New England Patriots got 2 wins maybe for the season, if I'm not mistaken. But they were able to beat the New England Patriots. I mean, my goodness. I wasn't expecting that from them, though. Mike McDaniels, man, he's a pretty smart guy. They've been going through a lot down there. Tyreek, they caught him on camera. He was getting all jammed up on concrete by the cops and had on his way to the game. And I wasn't expecting that kind of outcome with the Miami, but I do expect them to correct their course, man. It's only a matter of time. They're gonna get back on track. It won't be long for those guys. I don't know, man. We shouldn't struggle with these next 4 games for sure. There's no reason that we should be struggling. We give Nico time to recover because they just a luxury. We just got a luxury at wide receiver right now. Well, that's a luxury. So we got room to lose one of those guys because I trust both Tank and we definitely trust the resume of Stephon Diggs. Tank put that on tape last year. He still got that in him. He still got it in him, and he hungry. I can tell Tank hungry. Tank want that game. Tank gonna want it bad. Tank gonna show up, y'all. Watch this. Tank going over 100. Y'all mark my words. I'm gonna come back and I'm saying, I told y'all. Tank going over 100. I'm say I told you. But yeah, man, it was a great game. You know, what can we say, man? With the Texans, man, they 4-1. The second best start of our history. Our best start was 5-0 under Gary Kubiak that year, in 2012, I believe. We went all the way through the season, and one of the games that we dropped, all we had to do was win. I think to secure the number. I remember having to secure the number 1 seed that year. All we had to do was win one of the last 3 games, and I know for sure one of them was against the Vikings. I forgot the name of their quarterback back then. I remember his name is at the tip of my tongue. I think it starts with a T. Yeah. We dropped. We couldn't get all those games, man. We were there, but we couldn't get the games pulled. We couldn't pull them out, man. And so we ended up playing the Patriots. That's what the year we had those varsity jackets, and we went out there in New England and got thumped. They threw them damn varsity jackets in the trash. They threw them jokers in the trash, man. But we should be all right these next 4 games. I wouldn't worry about it. At the least, if I had to say, I don't think I like to be a fanboy and say we can go ahead and run the race, run the gauntlet, and run them all straight through. But I think the Packers, they don't play out there in Lambeau, bro. They're a powerful team, man. Lambeau does not play, man. Yeah, we'll see what's going on here this Sunday in Foxborough at noon. You know, and see how we can pull this off, man. I think we're gonna be all right, guys. And like I say, let the team grow. Don't be judging and ready to get rid of. We run people out. We act like we just been there before. We ain't never won nothing. So don't be trying to run off Bobby Slug when he got our team 4-1. And we second in all. We look at the hierarchy of the AFC South. Excuse me, not the AFC. Well, we 2 games ahead of everybody in the AFC South. But the AFC, the entire AFC, we second under the Bills, right? Under the Chiefs right now. We second under the Chiefs. So we'd be the second seed in the AFC right now with a home playoff game. I think the first 2 seeds get a bye. The rules have changed. I don't know if both. No, you know what? I think only one team gets a bye in the division. The rules have changed so much, man. All these kickoff rules and the field, the placement of the punts and kickoff returns and stuff. You know, it's a lot of rule changes. So, even in overtime, the rules have changed. The game. What was the game they just played? Who lost in overtime? The Falcons beat the Bucks. I thought that. I don't know why I was under the impression that you score in overtime, the other team gets an opportunity. But you know what? You know what it is? It is the case, but I just realized it's only in the playoffs. It's only in the playoffs. They give you that. If you make it to the playoffs, you get that right to, if a team, y'all go to overtime and the team scores first, you do get the ball back to get a chance to go down the field. That came about from the Josh Allen and Pat Mahomes game when that happened, and it drove everybody crazy. Like, hey, we did all of this, and you know we got to go home, but just because they scored first, why we didn't get a chance to go and get us a score down. So they implemented that rule in the playoffs. For those that don't know, in the playoffs, only in overtime. So what happened the other day with the Bucks and the Falcons, they went into overtime and the Falcons had a runaway touchdown in overtime first, and the game was over. But in the playoffs, had it been in the playoffs, the Bucks would have got the ball back and had a chance to go down there and make a play. Then if they didn't score, then it was over. Yeah. It's gonna be exciting, man. And like I say, I'm gonna keep this thing rolling, man. Real Texans talk here. Like I said, I wanted to preview the Bills game. I had it all ready to go, but I was having technical difficulties with my equipment, man. I'm new to this streaming thing, bro, but this is a passion of mine, and it's something I've always wanted to do, especially for this team, especially about the Texans, man. It's something I've been passionate about. I'm always around the team. I'm always, doing things with the team, man. They've been real good to us, man. I love the fan experience that they got now. They had my son. One of the players, I want to think, who was that, man? Who was that? We were at the game, and they let at the training camp, they let my son carry one of the players, walk with the player with his helmet halfway to the locker room, halfway to the bridge. They go over and they get little photo opportunities. And man, it was great, man. And I want to say that was, I want to say it was Xavier Hutchinson, man, that walked with my son and gave him his gloves, his NFL gloves, his training gloves. So that was dope. They've been doing real good, man. Y'all stay tapped in. I will be giving you guys, I'll be giving away some tickets here, man, soon, man, to one of these games. I'm thinking it may be that it should be the Colts coming here. I may get that Colts game away. That's what I'm gonna do. So just be able to follow. Make sure you follow. Leave a comment here and stay tapped in. Subscribe, like and subscribe, man. It supports and gives me motivation. Because all I like to do is I love the team, man. I've been a diehard Texans fan since 2003. I wasn't diehard in 02. I was diehard in 03 when Dre got here. When we first got the team, I was an Eagles fan. We didn't have a team. What I'm gonna say? I loved the McNabb and Terrell Owens and whatnot. Yeah. I've been diehard since 03, man. And Andre Johnson is my favorite player of all time. I think Arian Foster's second. CJ Stroud making it a strong case for third, and hey, you get us a chip, man. Hey, you're gonna be top dog. But yeah, man, it's been a great episode. Again, man, I'll touch bases later on this week, probably Sunday morning. I'll probably drop something. And you guys stay tapped in, man. I appreciate you guys for checking me out. Giving me your time and your attention. I know it's late, but hey, I got to squeeze this in, man. I've been real busy. It was H-Town week, so I had to represent, but this is so fun for me, man. I love doing this. It's only going to continue to grow. I'm only going to continue to get better. I'm putting together an intro, a cold intro, man. It's going to be nice. I think y'all going to like it. I'm editing an intro, man, and putting some graphics and a logo together for this thing. But yeah, I'm doing what I love. I'm doing something I'm loving. I very much enjoy this. I very much enjoy these conversations. And I want to start to take phone calls, man, after games, probably post game or anytime. I'm gonna set it up to where, man, I want you guys to call in. We can get us all just chop it up, man, on this show, man, on the Real Texas Talk, because we're gonna keep it real, man. And again, man, I am your host, Darryl Blastoff. It's been a pleasure again, man. We got New England on the way. It should be a runaway game. Should be. I do strongly expect them to get their first win in Foxborough. It's gonna be good, man. Y'all stay tapped in. Stay follow me. Follow me on X at Blastoff_ENT. That's on X. At Instagram at Blastoff_entertainment. That's on Instagram, and the YouTube channel, man, at BlastoffENTCO. Y'all subscribe, like, man, and stay tuned, man. I thank y'all for tapping in with the Real Texans Talk. Y'all be blessed. And I'll see y'all later on this week, man, to preview these Patriots, man. Y'all be blessed, man. We out.